Hey everyone, getting ready for that PTCB exam? You know that one topic, drug stability, that can feel kind of tricky? Well, guess what? We're about to make it super simple. In this explainer, we're going to break it all down flashcard style so it actually sticks in your brain. All right, you ready? Let's get into it. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll nail down the basics, stability and buds. Then we're diving deep into three things you'll definitely see on the exam: antibiotic suspensions, those critical insulin rules, and the vaccine cold chain. And to finish strong, we'll go over some common exam traps so you don't get tripped up. Sound good? All right, first things first, we've got to build a solid foundation. You really need to get these basics down because, honestly, everything else we talk about today is going to build right on top of this. Let's do it. Pay close attention here, because this is where so many people get tripped up on the exam. The manufacturer's expiration date. That's for a brand new, sealed bottle. The second you pop that seal or mix something up, everything changes. Now you're dealing with the beyond use date, or BUD. And trust me, that BUD is almost always way, way shorter. So what does stability even mean? It's pretty simple, actually. It just means the drug stays effective. It keeps its full strength, its quality, its purity, all the way to its expiration date. And this isn't just some textbook term, you know? This is all about patient safety. It's about making sure the medicine we give someone is actually going to work the way it's supposed to. So what are the bad guys trying to ruin our drugs? Well, here they are, the 6 main enemies of stability. You've got heat, which can totally wreck things like insulin. Then there's light. That's why we use those amber vials, right? Moisture can turn tablets into mush. And for liquids, you gotta watch out for pH changes, oxidation, and of course, nasty little microbes. Okay, let's put this into practice. Our first deep dive is on reconstituted oral antibiotics. If you've ever worked in a community pharmacy, you know you see these all day long. And because they're so common, you can absolutely bet you're gonna see them on your exam. All right, heads up, the next slide is a big one. This is pure, must-know, high-yield info. I'm talking flashcard-worthy stuff that you'll want to memorize. This is exactly the kind of thing the PTCB loves to ask about. And here it is. Look at the huge differences here. See amoxicillin and augmentin? They have to go in the fridge, and you've got 14 days for one, 10 for the other. But then, check out ceftonir and azithromycin. Totally fine at room temp for 10 days. See? You gotta know which is which. Knowing what needs to be refrigerated and what doesn't, that's a huge point. Okay, so let's think about this real-world problem. What actually happens? 2 big things. First, the antibiotic loses its punch. It's not strong enough to fight the infection anymore. And second, you've got a higher risk of bacteria growing in the bottle. So yeah, the medicine becomes not just useless, but potentially unsafe. Okay, let's switch gears to insulin. And listen, the temperature rules here are a huge deal for patient safety, so you really don't want to get frozen on this part of the exam. See what I did there? If you only remember one thing from this whole section, make it this. You never, ever freeze insulin. Period. It's not like a steak you can just thaw out later. Freezing literally destroys it. The protein is ruined, it's useless, it's unsafe, it has to be thrown away. No exceptions. How you handle it matters too. See the cloudy stuff like Humulin N? That's a suspension. You need to gently roll it, don't shake it, to mix it up. If you shake it, it gets all foamy and the dose will be wrong. Now the clear ones like Lantus, they're solutions. No mixing needed. Just knowing what it looks like tells you what to do. Okay, look closely at this chart because this is a classic exam trap. There is no single rule for how long insulin is good for once you open it. It's all over the place. Lantus, 28 days. Levemir, 42 days, and Tresiba, a whopping 56 days. You just have to memorize these differences. There's no way around it. All right, moving on to something that is incredibly important, the vaccine cold chain. What is that? It's basically the vaccine's life support system, an unbroken, temperature-controlled journey from the factory all the way to the patient's arm. It's what keeps the vaccine safe and effective. And when we talk about temperature, these ranges are non-negotiable. They are super strict. Most vaccines live in the fridge between 2 and 8 degrees Celsius, but then you have a special few that have to be kept frozen solid, way down at -50 to -15 Celsius. You can't mix these up. Getting this wrong is a really big deal. So here's that journey I was talking about. From the manufacturer, onto the special transport truck, into our pharmacy fridge, and right up to the second we draw it up to give to the patient, That temperature has to be perfect, every single step of the way. If that chain breaks, even for a little while, we have a big problem. Now for vaccines, you have to mix yourself. Whoa, the clock starts ticking fast. I mean, look at varicella. You mix it, you have 30 minutes, that's it. Shingrix is a bit better, you get 6 hours. MMR, 8 hours. These buds are super short, and they are absolutely critical facts to know for your exam. So what do we call what happened here? That's called a temperature excursion. It's the official name for a break in the cold chain. As soon as that temperature goes above 8 degrees, we have to assume the vaccines are no good anymore. So what happens, you document everything, and yeah, that entire very expensive stock of vaccines probably has to be discarded. It's a huge loss.
All right, let's bring it all home. Time to lock in all this knowledge. We're going to do a lightning round of the most common traps the PTCB will try to catch you with on this topic. Ready?
First trap, and it's a big one. Thinking BUD and expiration date are the same thing. Don't fall for it. The truth? A BUD is only for opened or mixed drugs, and it is always way shorter than that date on the original box. Simple as that. Next trap, assuming there's one rule for all open insulin. Nope. Big mistake. Remember that chart? The buds are all over the map. 28 days, 42 days, 56 days. The truth is, you have to know the specific rule for the specific type of insulin every single time. And here's the last trap, and it's a super important one. The idea that if a refrigerated vaccine accidentally freezes, you can just thaw it out. No way, that is a massive no. Just like insulin, freezing destroys these vaccines. They are ruined and have to be discarded. End of story. So to help you remember all this, here's a little trick. Just think of the word cold. Care-only light drugs. The care-only part reminds you to take extra care with your temperature-sensitive drugs, right? Don't freeze them. And light drugs helps you remember to protect your light-sensitive drugs. Easy enough, right? And there you have it. That's your quick and dirty guide to drug stability for the PTCB. I really hope that made things clearer for you. If it did, do me a favor and hit that like button and maybe share this with a friend who's also studying. Oh, and for sure subscribe and ring that bell because we've got way more exam tips coming. You're doing the work, you're building the knowledge. Stay confident, stay exam ready. You got this.